Greeting world of hairy game lords this evening. Have been venturing into space to play this Lunar base. What did we think? Find out. Bearded lady here, and we got this little game from AIRECON. There was a small table there with a stand, and the guys from Plepic Games were demoing this game, and we got a copy of it. And I am so glad that we did. This little game is well worth you checking out. So, you got a whole host of cards, nice and narrow and a little bit small, but everything you need is on there. Great design work throughout, and what you're doing is you're building a base, a lunar base. Man, they should name... Oh, they have. So everyone starts off with a base card. So your first outpost, your terrain outpost. And what's great is that all of these are different. So they're shuffled, dealt out, and so therefore the replayability is really great from the start. Awesome. Unless you're James, and he luckily got the base again. But you start off with a basic side, and as you can see up here, you can flip it. So there are some cards that allow bases to be flipped. And you also have a number of different actions. So on your go, there's a pile of cards in the middle that are laid out, so you're kind of like a market area. And you can do you can play a whole load of, what cards are, what are a load of these? Agent cards. So you may have, fortunately, which I think happened to you, James, at the beginning, been dealt a whole load of these. So you can play as many of these agent cards as you like, but of course they cost you something, or sometimes they cost you something to play them. You play those, and then you can do one of the main actions on your base. So this one here is that you can draft. So you can take a card from the centre of the table, put it into your hand. You can build. You can build that card onto your base. And building cards onto bases, as you can see around the outside, there are different colours. The grey is wild, and then you add a card like so. Let's pick one that works. Like so. Da-da. We're docking. There we go. The yellow to yellow, the yellow to grey, and or you could do it like that, however it fits. But you also have to pay the resource on there. Now, as you start out, you don't have any resources, so you've got to use... Everyone starts off with 3 credits, and so you've got to use your credits on there. And then there's also another one where you can resell items from the middle, getting credits, and maybe you could draw and stuff like that. When you flip that base, instantly you get some resources to work with, and these are a lot better as well. And the game just goes round like that. Everybody has one of these little dials, and on there are your win conditions. So it's either the first person to get to 20 credits, it's first person to get 5 of the different scientific achievements, which are on the bottom of some of the cards, or 10 colonists, also on the bottom of some of the cards. Something else takes its place where you can gain credits. I'll let somebody else explain that. But how did I feel about this game? I absolutely love this game. This game plays from 2 to 6 players. It says on the box it takes about 30 minutes. We've never played a game that took 30 minutes. We've played with 4 players though, so we've never played up to 6. But it's a game that's easily a filler that could take over the whole night if you wanted it to. Tonight we've played 2 games. First game, We were robbed, weren't we, Dave?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were robbed.
Second game.
Second game.
We were robbed.
We were robbed, but it was a lot closer. There was we were like, I would have won if this hadn't have happened. If James hadn't been born.
If only.
No, James, no. So I really, really, really like this game, and I would say to you all, go and get it if you can. Go find it. Lunar base. Check it out. Proper good. And also, nice little box, little magnetic clasp. Nice. Good times.
Hi, Dave the Grey, Dave the Robbed. So yeah, 2 games tonight. And to be honest, if it wasn't getting late, we'd probably have played a third just to, try and beat James, which we singularly failed to do. First time because Ange was just robbing credits off me and then spending the credits, and James just had this really dodgy engine going that just gave him credits every time our backs were turned.
Powerful engine. Powerful.
Every time our backs were turned, he had more credits. It's kind of like Bank and Monopoly, I felt, at times. But yeah, we turned around, he had 20 credits, won the game. Second game, me and Ange were like, we're going to keep our eye on James and stop him getting credits. And then 5 minutes later, he had 10 colonists and won because we weren't looking at his colonists. We were too busy trying to stop him getting credits. One other way of winning that Ange didn't touch on is these bad boys.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes, these influence cards. Now then, do a couple of things. If they're in the supply, they do something interesting. So while they're out on the table, this one, when any player drafts an influence, including this one, then that player steals 2 credits immediately.
Whoa.
Thank you very much. So yeah, they do something interesting, nasty. Some of them are detrimental, some of them are quite good, but they're doing stuff while they're in the supply. And when you get 4 of them, you win the game. Way! You know when James got his 10th colonist, the next card that I would have taken would have been my 4th influence card.
Oh.
And I would have won the game, but I didn't because I was robbed. So we need to play again. It is quarter of an hour, 20 minutes, I think, is probably about our average game time. Played it at AIRECON. Needed to play it again. It is absolutely fantastic. For a filler game, it feels like, what's the best word? A proper game. But it's 20 minutes. I cannot say fairer than that. Great game. Go and find it, play it, and it'll probably take over your evening. And it looks great. So, definite 2 thumbs up from me. And I will get James next time because, James, he cannot be allowed to win 2 games on the trot. That is just unreasonable behaviour.
Slightly Bailey James here, the victor. Twice around. Hold your applause, everybody.
It's held.
Yes, this is a game of skill. Now, first and foremost, this game is so nice to look at, but from a graphic design standpoint, I don't think I think this is probably one of my favourite graphic designed games, which is like a big thing for me. Like, I love it when a game it communicates so much through so little. I think it's so clever that there's such great use of all of the space on the cards. Now, I think this game has got a lot of depth to it. The box is tiny. This is a really small box. You can't fit that in your pocket unless you're like a big rocker with the baggy jeans, like I used to be in the day. But this game is very portable, but there's so much bang for your buck here as well. Now, I love the way you could choose a strategy and just go wholeheartedly at it. The first game, I made all of the money. The second game, I had all of the colonists. And I don't know what I'll do in my third game, but I'll find a new, fresh way of winning. So one of the things I loved about this is, so down here you've got your actions, and it's always apparent to you what you can do on your turn. When I flipped it over, I was actually quite surprised because my actions changed, but I gained this extra income here. So I think that's a really nice little touch. And the income that you can see on these cards and then connected up on the sides, sides there, the yellow ones and the grey one up there, if you connect it to a yellow. If you clear out the supply where you're all drafting cards from, when that's done, all of your yellow spots generate income, which is a great way of getting loads of money and winning the game. Now, I think it's really nice that you can I guess kind of set yourself up clever ways to win, because every time that's cleared out in the middle there, you're going to be getting extra income, and I just love the way so many different kind of like I don't know, almost competing strategies fed off each other. It's really a joy to play. I can't believe how quickly we played it, and I don't think I am going to play again because I think my luck will run out. But I would happily play this again. If you're into clever little games that you can take anywhere with you, this is such a good one. Plays up to 6, which is really nice. You can play with 2 up to 6. And the rulebook, I don't know. Personally, I think it's a decent little rulebook, but we also had a little bit of trouble kind of like piecing together the rules. But we are pretty slow, and Pete the Hipster King is away on his travels. So we floundered our way through. Yeah.
We did well without it.
So, yeah. I think as well, like, I was really pleased with how I played. If you want a game which is going to give you the opportunity to make clever plays, then you should definitely check this one out. Really impressed by this, and it's so well produced for such a small game. If you are interested in seeing a game where I'm humbled, check out our review for, Moon, another Lunar-based game. And I have my comeuppance in that one, through my own idiocy. Spoiler alert there. So check that out. Please like and subscribe to what we're doing here, because we love it when you guys support us. But if you like games, you should check this one out. This is so good.